back from the shadows here. It's been a long time. Yeah, do I even make videos anymore, right? It's been a hot minute here, so I've been sitting on this footage for a really long time. I probably have about 15 races that I need to go through. I've got a full 2 terabyte drive that I still need to upload some videos of. And honestly, this is the race that kind of made me not really want to race for a little bit. This is Tour Plainfield, part of the Tour Somerville series. And if anybody follows me on Instagram knows what happened. Not really thrilled, went through some videos, and just kind of want to share this with everybody. My apologies if you hear stuff in the background. Apparently there is like marching band practice outside my house today, and it's the only day I've really had time to work on this. So without too much more, I can kind of jump into what made this such a sketchy race. So yeah, let's go for it. Alright, so typical early season crit here. Everybody kind of wants to go out front and go fast, and I find myself in the back and not too worried about it. I'm pretty happy at this point in the season where my fitness is. I'm feeling strong. I don't feel like I'm gonna have to work too hard to get back up. Usually if I can see my buddies like Chris and Phil from general classification up here, I'm not too worried if they're not too worried. Ethan Hendricks here, just right in front of me with this kit that says Blink on it in Gotham. Generally really fast guy as well. I'm not too worried. I think we're bumping up to about 12 minutes into the race now. And this wasn't a too technical course. Turn three is basically like this gentle left-hander. Everything else is just kind of like a 90-degree turn, 4 corners. And as you see, the craziness has already happened. We've got a water bottle that's been dropped, and we're gonna come back to that in a little bit. So we're moving ahead about 2 laps here, and we're about to identify the owner of that water bottle here. I'm gonna kill this back camera for a second here, and I'm just gonna let the video do its job here. Yeah, a little outside assistance. Maybe thinks he's in a triathlon. I don't know what that is, but yeah, maybe someone never taken feed from a feed zone before, but almost chops my wheel. Goes for a water bottle drop. Just blatant disregard for everybody else's safety. I don't know what happens in New Jersey. That's crazy. At this point, I'm flat out, sketched out, just not comfortable. Seeing lines like that, and I'm like, nope, it's time to go. Let's just see what happens. Maybe everybody can play bikes behind me, and we go for a quick break here. Looking at the back camera here, I think this is Phil coming up with me, and I know Phil's strong. I know the two of us have worked together on group rides in the Philly area, and I just want to see if we can make this stick. Looks like we've got a few guys that are going to come join us. Phil has excellent handling skills that I do not possess, at least not at this point in the season, and he just gaps us. And I find myself, like, we're going pretty hard here, 32 miles an hour. I'm trying to close that gap, and I'm looking behind, and I realize that the sketchiness that is back there, and I just want to close this, and eventually realize I'm just working for the whole bunch and move over to the left, and kind of flick my elbow, see who wants to bite. I take a look back and see everybody sitting up, and I go again. So I eventually do make this bridge happen here. Still taking one more with me. And I just want to let Phil know, hey, I'm here. Let's kind of do something together. And I just pull right through. As you can see, we've still got a little bit of separation, but it's nothing crazy. We're about 20-25 minutes into this race, and no one's letting us kind of get that extra leash that we so desperately wanted. So this is our gentle left-hander here. Like, not even a turn. Like, this is nothing. It's super easy. The only corner that I thought like was technical was turn 1. Maybe turn 3. It really wasn't too crazy. But I see that we've got a few people who do want to make something happen here. But unfortunately, if you look, it is all single file. Everyone is working, and we're not getting the gap that we had wanted. I guess looking me through right there. Yeah, this corner that when you had like 3-4 wide, it doesn't look that crazy on a GoPro, but when you're going 25 to 30 miles an hour, it definitely feels like it. And it looks like they're already not sure if they want to make something happen up there. So the front camera is telling one thing, the back camera is saying another, and everybody's back together basically, but it's still strung out single file. I still think that if we get a good enough yank here, we might be able to snap the elastic. So I can see a few people are motivated, and I'm obviously getting to get tired here because I've been in the wind this whole while. But we eventually do get connected. It's still single file. We're still ripping it. Finally able to get off the gas a little bit. Heart rate's not that high, but again, we're going pretty quick. And this is the part where I think everybody in front starts realizing, okay, I'm working for everybody else. People pick their head up, and whoops. Now, I realized that was a little bit of like, whoa, what the heck just happened there? So I'm going to slow this down just a little bit. Again, we're at the front of the group, trying to cook it, and Phil looks back. Okay, I think we're going to get caught. I'm going to make somebody else do some work. Now, in turn, nobody else wants to work, so I'm just going to move over to the left and decide, well, whatever. Our friend here with the S-Works turned around at the wrong time, overlaps wheels, takes out the guy in front of me, almost falls to the left, throws his bike in front of me, and I go for a nice little ride. Now, that's something that we're going to talk about for the next minute of this video. Those are my sunglasses flying off my ugly face after I hit the ground. The crash has happened. We can't fix it. Moving forward. We're really testing my abilities here with the whole DaVinci Resolve here. But as you can see, everybody's kind of, at this point, piled up around me. I'm upset. I want to get up. And I just announced, hey, I'm alright. I used some choice words on someone who I wasn't happy about when I went down. Really not okay, seeing as he was hurt. But I want you to pay attention to the back camera here. This gentleman was not involved in the crash, but stopped anyway. As you see, went pick something up. We're gonna check that out again. So we're hopping onto the rear camera here. Automatic Lonely Hearts is on my wheel. We're about to see me go down. He's able to go through, and a bunch of riders able to get through. And some people just decide that they want to stop. I mean, if they feel like we're in their way, that's part of the rule. If we feel like we've been obstructed. Now, again, still just the back camera here. I've muted out my choice words. I'm upset, there goes my helmet. And here's our friend from Karma Cycling. Remember, my sunglasses have flown off my face. He puts his sunglasses and comes to the conclusion that he wants to take the Sutros off the ground and put them in his jersey. My Sutros, to be clear. And then decides to go take his free lap. I don't know what kind of shop Karma runs, but color me a little upset. I have replaced those since then, but hey, cool. I have never done track. I don't really feel like starting today. So here we are trying to get reinserted. USA officials are just so nice. I always just try to help you out a little bit. So here we are trying to get reinserted, and yeah, I know if I try to hold onto a pole like in the middle of a race, I'll fall over. That'll be the end of it. So yeah, after going back and realizing that I'm not going to find my sunglasses, I am now super pissed off, and now just going to basically pedal like my life depends on it just to get reattached to this group. So I think we missed like a total of like 3 laps. I think we got maybe 5 to go, maybe 6 to go or something at this point. And unfortunately, like, I don't think the sketchiness stops there. I think it keeps going. We've had water bottle guy, we've had sunglasses stolen, we've had wheels chopping for no reason. So yeah, at this point, I just want to survive the race. But as you can tell by that chainsaw sound, my bike had other plans in store for me. Apparently during that crash, something happened to my front derailleur, and it dropped enough that it was basically rubbing and grinding against my chain. So I realized that my race is either over, or I'm just going to try to take one last flyer off the front here, and I'm ready to just call it a day. So that's basically exactly what I do, and I'm not the only person who has this idea. So I notice our friend here from Soar Cycling decides he's gonna try to go take the last lap flyer. Everybody starts looking to the right, and I decide I'm just gonna hop on this wheel and see how fast and how far he's gonna take me. And automatic Lonely Hearts flashes right on. And we're pulling in the final lap. My friend here from Soar puts in a good dig. I mean, we're going 28 miles an hour. Finally starting to take that corner a little bit better. You'd think by the last lap I do that. And I decide that I'm just gonna give this an all or nothing effort here. You can hear my stupid derailleur just sawing away at my chain. I mean, we're holding 700 watts here to go down this straightaway. 600. Like, I gave this the beans, man, as the Australians would say. 32 miles an hour on the front. I'm sure that if I'm holding 600, our friend behind me is doing probably half that, if not less. And I'm just leading this thing out. At this point, I just don't want to lay it down again. I just want to keep this a fast, straight line. And I've seen way too much sketch today. And I get overtaken on the inside here. And the automatic Lonely Hearts guy, I think, takes it. That's Chris Judd from Automatic Lonely Hearts, who was a totally stand-up guy. After the race was over, came over, shook my head, and told me that it was a monster pull I took. Yeah, I think he ended up being New Jersey State champ. So, yeah, hats off to him. Sucks what happened to the race, and yeah, that's kind of the reason why I pulled out of the season for a little bit. Ended up finding out I cracked my helmet, cracked my front wheel, need to get a replacement of that. But hey, we're back to racing, right? Thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to like and subscribe.